So this is the start for our family trip down to Dartmouth. We're in a service station car park here. And now we're in Blackness Marina. Parked up, very anxious to get the boat in the water. And I got it in after a rolling devil. Just getting my bearings. It was quite windy. And a breeze blowing. My partner, aka Alison, and my daughter Natasha, and gone to park the car for me. It's in Ditcham. Have a nice pub meal there. This is Agatha Christie's house. No, it's that because we passed a boat trip a few years back and they told us. And there's the boathouse that's linked to it. So there's a long 6-knot drag all the way down to Dartmouth. That's the boathouse again, from a different angle. So this is the boat trip we went on a few years back and told us about Agatha Christie's house. It's a nice trip meandering down the river. They're building something, they've been building there for a couple of years. There's a big busy marina there. And in the distance there, there's where the boat's berth from Britannia College. It's a naval training base. They berth up there. That's it. That's where they berth up. You can see a couple in there now. Got to see them at sea the next day, but it's not this video. So still going at 6 knots. It is enforced. I come across 3 patrol boats enforcing it. What was really good, I was told just to launch my boat, call the harbour master, and hey presto, I'll find a berth for you, which they did, which was great. I was a bit apprehensive about will I find a berth or somewhere to put the boat, but it was great. We couldn't get it as close to the hotel as we wanted. But I think next time I'll book a day or so at a time, then the hotel can find a berth for you where we were staying. At this point, I haven't got a clue where we're staying. I'm one of these people that turn up the airport and you partner, I tell you, not very good at that sort of thing. Not my partner. Kinsmere. Never been across. You can see a nice sailing boat in the harbour. So the trip down took me about 30 to 45 minutes. Dartmouth Castle, St. Paul's date back to 1380. Look at that lady there with a towel right around her. She must have been in the ocean sometime before. She looked rather chilly. Do you like the idea of towing the paddleboard to help you get ashore as soon as it gets so close?
And where's that speed limit?
Yes, I'm looking for the speed limit. Oh, I've gone past it. So, after travelling 6 knots for quite a while, couldn't wait to stretch my legs. No family in the boat, so I could put my foot down a little bit. This is a reasonably decent sea day, but I've been up since 5 o'clock and just want to shake any cobwebs out of the system. Potter it to sea for a while. I potted around for about half an hour waiting for my partner to get the keys to the apartment we're staying in. That was my excuse anyway, I just wanted to get out of the water. And what was nice to see is lots of sailing boats out. Not dinghies, actually small yachts, which is not often what you see in North Wales, where I'm mainly launched from. And I did the Rib rendezvous up in Scotland at the end of April, beginning of May. You didn't see many sailing boats out there, mainly Ribs. So it was nice to see them. Even though it was quite a breezy day, the sea state was quite good. No big waves or anything. Then next day, did get a bit bigger. a little bit too much from my family. I've heard thousands of comments, sorry, exaggeration, quite a few comments should I say, about GoPros flattening the ocean out, and they do. So I've gone closer inshore. I've gone for a little nose, looking at any places that we could probably pull up and have a picnic from the boat. That seemed a nice spot. I actually went back the next day, which you'll see in a few minutes, with the family having a good nose around. And some people are taking advantage of a paddleboard. Now, for the eagle-eyed amongst you, can you spot a seal sunbathing? I didn't spot it until I'd gone past it. I happened to turn around and there he was. He's actually in the picture now. Yes, he's on that pontoon. Too late, you've missed him. So this is the next day. This is Sunday, because we arrived on Saturday. A bit more sun. I'm letting my daughter have her first go of the boat, coming out of Dartmouth. And just for some other information, this is the second river I've exited from on my rib that I previously kayaked close to the source. But that was around about 1997, I think. But we've had lots of holidays around here. We've visited Dartmouth a few times, but it's a fantastic part of the world. Most Brummies, where I come from, Birmingham, race all the way down to Cornwall, but Devon has an awful lot to offer. Fully recommend it. I must remember to smile when I'm walking towards the camera, and I decided to just give my daughter a little knowledge and show her how the elephant's nose works on the boat. So I've been teaching her a few little things over the past 2 days, just little bits at a time, so it's not too intense. But she's a little bit nervous at the wheel, so I control the speed. The kill cord is attached to her, but overall she does enjoy it. My partner Alison, 30 years, is at the edge of her fun limit. She's grim and bare in it. She hasn't got natural sea legs. She doesn't mind if we're moving as long as there's not too much of a chop, which is understandable. But what she suffers with, if we stop and the boat starts to roll, then quite quickly she can be quite seasick. But this day, again, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, the GoPro tends to flatten for a cow, and it was rather blustery. It was a 16-knot wind, so it was getting sprayed rather a lot. I think there's something in the film in a few minutes when I get a little bit of water on me, but it doesn't bother me because it was a nice warm day. So we decided not to go around to the beach we were going to go around to, and we're going to go for a bit of a nosy along the coast to show the bays I discovered the day before, because again this is the second day. And I really do need to learn to smile on these videos. Natasha's still having a go at helming. Quite enjoys it. She is a bit nervous, I think. I don't help. It's a father-child relationship. It's quite amusing. And Tasha is quite the character. But I think she enjoys it. We went out today, she wasn't scared. It was bigger waters, but it's one of these things I wouldn't say is high on her list to go out of her way to go and do. She's only doing it to keep me happy, I suppose. So for a bit of fun I increase the speed occasionally, but she doesn't like going that fast. She's not a speed freak, so we try not to scare her. So I'm going to take them across. I'll take over in a few, quite soon, and get a bit closer to those coves, have a little bit of a nose of a place we can stop on a nice calm day. With the sun out. We are going to take a trip up to Dartmouth itself, because every time we come to Dartmouth we always go up and sometimes only a couple of 100 metres, sometimes it's a couple of miles we walk and go onto one of the tours. It's always scenic and always nice. I fully recommend an easy walk on Dartmouth for somebody, and the reputation precedes it. It's extremely hard to navigate. As an ex-hill walker, I can confirm it. You would not want to get lost in a mist there, because you'll be in a world of pain. So I just got sprayed in case you missed it, but it didn't particularly bother me that much. There's a bit of swamp over there. I'm going to head into get a bit closer to shore, and there's loads of crab pods around, which we're trying to avoid like the plague. One of the interesting things I learned from going to Scotland recently, and doing hundreds of miles in one day and 70 miles in another, we don't really spend a lot of time close to the shore, just within 50 metres or even 10 sometimes if the sea allows. There's not too many rocks around. Just take a closer look at the really interesting stuff on the sides. I really enjoy it. There's some little caves here. Would you get a boat up them? No. Paddleboard maybe, but it's all interesting stuff to go and look at. It doesn't bore me. I can follow the coastline all day and do this, as well as some big days at sea where you're trying to cover 75 miles. I recently done a big loop around the Isle of Mull, which I really enjoyed. That's back on the list to do, but over a 3-day period of time to really soak up some of the things you get to see. But it was just nice bopping around, plodding around, whichever terminology you want to use. Go and have a close look inshore. We go into one of the coves in a minute, which we've done again today. Didn't film it because it was a bit windy and a bit choppy, and I'd already filmed it today, so I said I'm filming it twice. As you can see, my daughter taking photographs and do on TikTok with some chat group with friends to let her all know what she's doing. In fact, she not only needs to take photographs of her food and send it to her friends, which is great. Don't know why people do that. This is what I mean today. I'll take a photograph of it when you can come here and take a photograph of this instead. Far more interesting. You see Dartmouth Castle on the edge there to your left. There's actually a pillbox on the side of the shore. Just the other side of the tree line. That's a World War II pillbox. Now we're going to go into a cove. Felt a bit funny about this. Is it a private cove? Does it belong to his house up on the right? I did see a big family there the day before when I was having a nose on my own. Today, a woman sunbathing on her own, and my partner says this is really the right thing to do. You might be intimidated by a family pulling up. So we took a quick pose. Disappeared. Mill Bay Cove, just outside Dartmouth itself. Pointed to my daughter, I think there's a rope swing on the side. And I think they use that rope swing or pull themselves about the water. Jumping in off the rocks. And what's quite funny, I forgot to put my gadgetry on, my Rain Marine. system, which has got the fish finder attached. I suddenly realised going in without knowing the depth. Usually got a good sense of these things, but one never knows. There's a castle type building there. It doesn't not named on the map, but it looks very old. Here comes my daughter with a camera again, taking some pictures to share with her friends. So this is the most intensive use I've used the GoPro at the back of the boat, but at the front. I'd rather have it didn't show us at all, it was just the views that I was experiencing or where I've been, because I'm not one of these people who want to stick themselves in front of a camera that often. Even though I talk a lot, as anybody who knows me will confirm that. But I'm not really gonna. It's not about me, it's about sharing some of the places I've been with other people so they can come and explore them themselves. It's amazing what these videos will be about. This is an interesting little cove to pull into. There's definitely no beach there. We've already passed the pillbox at this point. I should have pointed the camera towards it. He says, pointing out to my daughter, no berthing whatsoever. But there was nobody around, so I had to go and have a little bit of a nose. My partner pointed out the great big rocks that you can see. One there. And there is a brand new prop on there, and I don't want to go anywhere near them. Something like it looks like a little bit of a slipway in there. And it being concrete makes me suspect that it's built in the Second World War. But as you can see, there's a turret there. It looks a lot older than the Second World War. And there's this building as well. Lovely. Going to spend the day there, but no berthing. So one of the things I mentioned to my daughter was about the crab pods and the lines. Some lines do float on top of the water. Like with a guy last year, Garen Ross-Niger, and the line caught his prop, snapped it, which was disastrous. The next time we went there, so I caught a crab line, didn't snap the propeller, just slowed me like right down, like having your own brakes on, so keep well away from them. They're a pain in the neck. You don't want to destroy them because there's somebody's livelihood you're affecting, but really I've got to keep an eye out for them. Now I've spotted something on my fish finders, a massive school of fish underneath us. Never been able to see that before. So anybody with a set of rods, down you come, off you go, see what you can spot. Now you might be able to pick up there's a breeze now and it's blowing. So my daughter decided not to brave it out anymore and puts my partner's coat on we brought that day. She neglected to bring her own waterproof coat because that's just not cool. Lucky enough, I have two. So I've got one I'm using in the winter, one I brought on this day used as summerful. So tomorrow when we go out, she get a much better jacket. No what she had on to start with. So we are coming towards the end of the video in a minute or so. But you can hear the wind. It's blustering everywhere, so it was nice to pop out, go around the rocks, break the ice with my partner Alison and Natasha so we can get out and just experience a bit of the mouth of the Dart, because earlier on in the day we'd actually gone up to Ditcham and gone to the Ferry Inn and gone for a meal there, which was very good. I fully recommend it. Quite small, but nice place to visit, and you can berth up there for nothing. It's just nice to blow the cobwebs out of the system and to pair them, because Natasha's not been to sea for a while, and I don't think Alison has either. I can't remember last time she went out, about a month or so ago. She wasn't feeling particularly great, but as my daughter's got things that occupy her mind, other than hobbies I want to do, I also have to drag her out now. But I think it's important that she experiences some of her last family holidays, because she'll be going on her own in a couple of years and won't want her parents dragging her around. So it's blustery here, more blustery than the videos, but so we're heading in for trying to hook ashore to avoid a bit of the wind. Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.